I don't know when exactly it happened, when I stopped trying to be liked. Maybe it wasn't one big moment, but a slow burn. 1,000 little instances that built up over the years until one day I looked around and realized I was exhausted. You know what I mean, don't you? Smiling when I didn't feel like it, laughing at jokes that weren't funny, nodding along to things I didn't agree with, holding my tongue just to keep the peace, dressing a certain way, talking a certain way, living a certain way, all because God forbid I might not be liked. We're taught from such a young age that being likable is a virtue. It's in everything: school, social media, the workplace, even our relationships. Be agreeable, be pleasant, be easy to be around, be nice, always nice. Don't rock the boat, don't be too much, don't be difficult. Why? Why do I have to twist myself into knots just so someone else can feel comfortable? Who made that the rule? I remember being in high school, staying quiet in class even when I had something to say because I didn't want to come off as a know-it-all. Or when I pretended to like a band I couldn't stand because everyone else was obsessed with them. Or when I let people make fun of me just jokingly because I didn't want to seem sensitive. God forbid anyone call me dramatic. And it didn't stop after high school, it just evolved. I took jobs I didn't want, went to dinners I didn't enjoy, agreed to favors I didn't have time for, all to keep up the illusion of being likable, easygoing, a team player. But somewhere along the way, I started to lose myself. When you spend so much time curating yourself for others, you start to forget who you are underneath it all. You become this polished version of yourself, stripped of the rough edges, the opinions, the quirks, the boundaries that make you you. And the worst part? Even when you try your best to be liked, it's still not enough for some people. You bend and bend and bend, and still someone finds a reason to dislike you. Too loud, too quiet, too confident, too insecure, too ambitious, not ambitious enough. It never ends. So what's the point? Who am I doing this for? Why do we try so hard to be palatable, digestible, approachable? Why do we make ourselves smaller to fit into someone else's mold? What if we stopped? What if we let ourselves be fully human, flawed, messy, opinionated, honest? There's this moment I think about a lot. A few years ago, I was at a party with people I didn't know that well. You know the kind, networking disguised as socializing. I was trying to be on, smiling, nodding, listening. I made small talk, even though I hate small talk. I felt myself fading in real time. At some point, someone made a comment, something casually sexist, the kind people brush off as just a joke, and everyone laughed, except me. I didn't laugh. I didn't smile. I didn't say, "Oh, come on, that's not cool." I just stayed quiet because I didn't want to be that person. I think about that moment and how I betrayed myself just a little in the name of being likable. And I wish I had spoken up. I wish I had let myself be disliked for the right reason. Because being liked isn't the same as being respected. Being liked isn't the same as being seen. And being liked isn't worth losing your self-respect. So I stopped. I stopped apologizing for existing. I stopped explaining myself when I said no. I stopped saying yes when I didn't mean it. I stopped making myself uncomfortable so other people could stay comfortable. And yes, it's hard. It's awkward at first. You feel guilty. You feel like you're being rude or selfish. People might even push back. You've changed. You're being difficult. Why are you like this now? But then something shifts. You start to feel lighter, more honest, more grounded. You have more energy, you breathe easier, and the people who matter, the ones who actually care about you, not just the version of you that serves them, they stick around. Or they show up for the first time because you're finally visible. I'm not saying I don't care at all what people think. I'm human. Of course I care. But I don't let that dictate my life anymore. I don't let it silence me. I don't let it shape me. I no longer see likability as the goal. I see integrity as the goal. Authenticity, peace. I've learned that when I stop trying to be liked, I start to attract the people who actually like me for who I am, not for how useful or agreeable I am to them. There's a big difference. I used to think being liked would protect me from loneliness, from rejection, from judgment, but it didn't. All it did was protect the version of me that wasn't real. And that version doesn't need protection because they don't even exist. So now, I let myself be disliked. I let people misunderstand me. I let people have their opinions. Because I'd rather be disliked for who I am than liked for who I'm not. And if that makes me difficult, so be it.